It is the very best. This thing is so tall. One of the best dioramas I've ever seen.
Obsessing over the spiral tunnels.
I'm not interested in it.
Towering waterfalls, deep gorges, painted landscapes, and beautiful lakes.
We're Matt and Cheryl, and we are on another one of our big road trips, sharing our experiences and the things we've learned with you.
Today we're covering Yoho and Kootenay, two national parks that make great day trips from Banff National Park.
All right, so let's start off with Kootenay National Park. Kootenay National Park is really pretty delightful because it gets you away from the crowds of Banff. I mean, it was just exactly what we needed after a couple of crazy days in Banff. And the first one is Marble Canyon. Marble Canyon was just unbelievably gorgeous. This was a less than 3-mile hike there and back. And it was pretty easy, maybe a little moderate. You get to go over these wooden bridges over gorges, and you look down, and those gorges are down deep, and you see like this bluish green waterfalls flowing through them.
Okay, this is incredible gorge here. So you've got the stream, incredibly cool blue colored river there.
You get to cross all these bridges, and below is this really kind of milky green, bluish water and powerful gorge and waterfall. Very, very neat, and not that much effort either. Pretty easy.
The next spot was called the Paint Pots. It's a little hike that goes to these paint pots, these hot springs that are just located in the forest there. Ground is kind of covered in
like
red.
It's a rust colored that like lets you know there's geothermal activity around there.
We were actually let down on this one. It wasn't as cool as Marble Canyon by any stretch. I like that when the bridge crosses over the river, that's just a really awesome place to sit by the river and take in the views of the mountains. I could just go there and have a picnic and love that spot. That would be amazing. Next up, we went to a little spot called Numa Falls. And Numa Falls is pretty much just a little roadside stop. And again, the river's just flowing there. This was a great place to take in a view of turquoise blue rivers that are carving through the Canadian Rockies. I thought that was awesome. There's a little bridge to walk over and check out.
Well, and it's nice too because you've got on one side the waterfall, and then on the other side you can see that river flowing for very far down that canyon. It's a beautiful shot. And we just loved that it was easy. Like this was like a 10 or 15 minute stop at most. That's one of the kind of the fun adventures of Kootenay is there's lots of just little stops you can take along the canyon. You hop out of your car for a few minutes and maybe you hike, maybe you just look at a lookout, but it's pretty fun.
Now, one thing to note about both of these parks is the Continental Divide. The Continental Divide is actually a very important geological marker, but it's not all that interesting to visit because it's just the side that says this is the Continental Divide. Banff is on this side, as well as Alberta. And then on this side you have Kootenay National Park and British Columbia. Also, the Continental Divide water either goes to the Pacific Ocean on this side or the Atlantic Ocean on that side. So we got to test this. Pour water on the Continental Divide and see if it goes to the two oceans. Let's see which ocean it's going to go to. Look at that water divide. You broke the Continental Divide.
There was a flag for Canada, and then a flag for British Columbia, and a flag for Alberta. So I enjoyed seeing the flags for the different provinces.
Okay, let's move to Yoho now. We are sitting in Yoho right now, actually, and we love the name, right?
Oh yeah, we think it's like saying salsa. We're going to Yoho, and we're sitting at Takakkaw Falls, which is also fun to say.
That is fun to say. And so today, it has just been an absolutely gorgeous day. We've had so much fun exploring Yoho, right? I mean, wow, we have been blown away by the whole thing. So let's start with Emerald Lake, okay? Emerald Lake is another gorgeous mountain lake in the Canadian Rockies.
If you haven't seen Moraine Lake and Lake Louise, and you saw Emerald Lake, it would knock your socks off. You would just be in complete awe, and they have a lot of the same things that they have. Like they've got the red canoes, they've got the Lakeshore Trail that goes. What I like about the one at Emerald Lake is that the Lakeshore Trail goes around the entire lake instead of just like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. it just goes like to the end and then back. So you're seeing the same scenery, but this one goes all the way around.
Or eating a picnic there on the edge of the lake would be a dream, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
But we did have to share that we were there like around noon, so not early in the morning, and parking was an issue. And we actually saw some road rage in the parking area. Lots of people honking their horns. It was not quite the national park experience we seek out generally.
We saw tons of people out canoeing. That looked really fun. It also was a little cheaper there, by the way, than the other places.
Only $100 an hour, not 160
or 80.
or 80
Canadian dollars, by the way.
Yeah.
We always need to make sure we clarify that. Absolutely gorgeous lake. I mean, another turquoise blue lake. So Emerald Lake is fantastic. Near Emerald Lake is a little place called Natural Bridge. And Cheryl thinks it should be called Man-Made Bridge.
Well, okay, it tricked me. Okay, so you go there, and it's this nice little cascading waterfall. It's really pretty and it's really powerful. And then you see this big cement man-made bridge, and I am like, I see no natural bridge here. This is totally misleading. But then I crossed the bridge, and I looked across the way, and there was a natural bridge. You have to cross the bridge to see the natural bridge. You go there to see the waterfall, not the natural bridge.
I've got to talk about the next one here. When you cross over from Banff into Yoho, you're crossing over a mountain divide called Kicking Horse Pass. I believe it got the name because the guy died from a horse kicking him. Well, from Kicking Horse Pass, as you go down into what is today Yoho National Park, it's a pretty steep mountain pass. And the Canadian Pacific Railroad, this is the route that they took through the Canadian Rockies to get their transcontinental railroad line complete. It was too steep for the train to go down the tracks or to go up the track. They built tunnels into the mountain to circle the train back into the mountain and down. That's how they navigated the steep grades. Well, you really can't see much when you stop there, unless the train is actually running through the tunnels. Then you can see the train. And we happened to stop at the first tunnel, and the train was going, and it's so long, you can see the train going into the tunnel and coming out of the tunnel on the other end. So it looks like two trains are passing. Still going into the mountain right there, but look, up above, it's chugging. You can see the steam because it is coming out of the mountain right there. And there was a bunch of people there at this viewpoint. Now, Cheryl thought it was the lamest thing she's ever seen.
Well, okay, in my defense, there are a lot of trees obstructing your view, and it's really far away, and I really couldn't see what all the ado was about. Everyone was like, woo, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. But we did go visit the Yoho Visitor Center, which had a very impressive diorama, which I actually enjoyed because there was like a little toy train going around it.
This is the best.
Exit tunnel. There it goes. Okay.
Cheryl, so funny. Oh, yes. Best thing of the day so far. Way better than Emerald Lake, just seeing the spiral tunnels.
Inside here is one of the best dioramas I've ever seen.
You like the diorama better than the actual amazing engineering marvel.
That's correct. That is correct.
The visitor center, by the way, it's located in a little town called Field. And Field is, I think, a very cute little community, and it overlooks like a little rail yard right there. So the trains are coming through there all day long in this little town of Field.
But this Takakkaw Falls behind us is one of the best stops between Kootenay and Yoho. Like, I would say probably Marble Canyon #1, this #2. Like, this is an impressive waterfall. It's the second tallest fall in Canada, and it is so tall and so powerful. And the crazy thing is we are sitting at a picnic table right now from the parking lot. Like, you can see this right here, but if you want to like actually get to the base of the waterfall, it's so easy to do it. It's like this paved, accessible, easy, maybe 5 to 10 minute walk to the base of the waterfall.
Yeah.
And there's picnic tables here. You could eat an amazing picnic.
This is a spectacular waterfall. It reminds me of some of the waterfalls in Yosemite National Park. Absolutely worth the side trip to come over here just for the waterfall. It's just a spectacular waterfall. This has got to be about 800 or 900 feet. This is our 5th national park in Canada that we visited, by the way.
I'd say Yoho has 2 slam dunk things to go do. So I think Takakkaw, and then Emerald Lake is beautiful.
The spiral tunnels, okay, that's the third. We're always looking at food and lodging. So Over in Yoho, though, there's a couple of really nice options. First of all, at Emerald Lake, there's the Emerald Lake Lodge, and it has some really cute cabins that are right on the lake. I mean, that would be a dream to stay in one of those things. I thought that looked really, really nice. Also, in the town of Field, there was a bunch of bed and breakfasts and little cottages that you could stay in. For food, you can also eat at Emerald Lake, which there was a little restaurant right on the lake called Cilantro on the Lake. We both thought that was kind of a weird name.
It makes it sound fancier than it was.
The lodge itself actually had a little spot in there too, which
That looked very nice.
very nice. And you could sit out on the deck. That was kind of cool too. Also in the town of Field, there's one restaurant called the Truffle Pig, that's a nice name, the Truffle Pig. And that is a cool little spot. It has good ratings. Truffle Pig is where I would choose to eat if I was around here, but also a little overpriced.
Yeah,
So.
but I just think, man, pack a picnic and eat here. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is awesome.
Yeah, or over at Emerald Lake. A lot of good picnic spots all around here. What's your main takeaway here on Kootenay and Yoho National Park?
Okay, well, I absolutely love that you can see so many cool things just from the window of your car. I mean, the Canadian Rockies are outstanding that way.
I would say you could actually combine these into one day. We've actually put this in our guide on how to do all these in our itinerary for Banff. This is just awesome because like you're getting away from the crowds of Banff. Easy views both from the car and from short walks. You've got such a variety with the gorge, the rivers, the waterfalls, the lakes. Awesome.
And trains.
And train history, yes. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, go west, young traveler. Best thing of the day so far.
This is the best thing of the day so
Way better than Emerald Lake, just seeing the spiral tunnels.
Maybe there's dual tracks.
Oh yeah, dual tracks. So yeah, collision.